You've probably seen a lot of gurus online telling you that you can start Amazon and become rich in the very same day. Well, sadly, that isn't true. There is a lot which goes into an Amazon FBA business, and it's going to take you a long time to become successful. But if you do watch our full video today, you have a much higher chance of success. So stick around, as today we're going to show you how you can become an Amazon FBA seller. So before we get started, you probably need to know what Amazon FBA is. Well, Amazon FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, and the basics are you buy products, and this can be from multiple different places which I'll touch on later in this video, but you buy them, you send them into Amazon's warehouse. They're going to advertise them for you, they'll sell them to their customers. When you make a sale, they'll send it out to the customer, they'll deal with all the customer service, any issues and any returns as well. So as you can see, you get access to quite a lot, but the main reason it's so popular is because you get access to all of Amazon's customers. And these people are spending billions and billions every single year on their platform. But as well as having access to all these, it's fantastic for small businesses because you don't need huge logistics setup to be able to run quite a big business, because Amazon is taking care of all of your logistics for you. So you don't need warehousing to store your items, you're not needing to send your items out to customers, and you're not needing to deal with any customer service. Amazon take care of all of this for you. So what it means is you can stock tons of items, you can build a massive business without needing loads and loads of overheads. Now, starting out on Amazon, you've probably seen a few methods of sourcing products, of types of selling on Amazon which you could pick, and I'm going to run through these next. And realistically, you've got three main methods. We've got arbitrage, we've got wholesale, and we've got private label. Now, arbitrage, this means you're buying from other retailers, and this can be online or it can be in store. And by an online retailer, it might be Walmart in the US or Asda in the UK, but you'll be buying a certain item, for example, $10, and it will be selling on Amazon for $20, and you keep the profit in between after your fees. Now, wholesale, this means you're buying from wholesalers or actual proper suppliers. So this means you're buying in bulk. Whereas with arbitrage, you can buy much smaller quantities. With wholesale, you're going to be buying lots and lots of products. So it does usually mean you'll be buying the items cheaper, but you do need a lot more cash to use this method. And then finally, you have private labels. So this means you're starting your own brand. And with this one, you need a lot of funds to get started. You have to design your own brand. You have to get it shipped overseas, typically from China, and you have to generate all the sales and the interest in the product as well. Whereas with arbitrage and wholesale, you're usually selling on pre-made listings, so you know how much it's going to sell. With private label, you need to generate the buys for your listing. It can be a lot more lucrative, but it can be a lot more risky as well. Now, which method should you pick when starting out? Typically, most people will pick arbitrage, and the reason for this is just because of the cost of entry. You can get started and you don't need loads and loads of money, because you don't need to buy loads and loads of quantity of your items. So you can start with just 10 units of a certain product line, and you can just keep reinvesting your profit. And the thing is about Amazon, it is complex, there is a lot to learn, so doing this is a much safer way of doing it. Now, that's not for us to tell you this should be the method you should use, but this is what most people do. If you go straight into wholesale, of course, you need more funds. It's going to be more risky. And with private label, that's by far the most complex method. So when you're actually learning FBA, it may not be the one. So we would recommend to start with arbitrage and do a mixture of retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. Now on to the next bit, and by far the hardest part of Amazon is actually finding products to sell. Now, if you go down the arbitrage route, the basics are you just need to keep searching for products. And as with anything, the more time you spend doing it, the easier it does become. You do learn the websites you should be looking at, the websites you should be avoiding, the types of products you should be looking at. Let me show you some actual sourcing on the sort of products we're looking for when we are doing online arbitrage. And these products I'll be showing you are all UK based products, but it works exactly the same no matter which country you're in. So first up, we are on the online retailer Ocado, and this product is for this Herbal Essences Golden Raspberry Shampoo. So this is a price lock, so we can buy this at the moment for £2. Now if we head over to Amazon, we can see this exact same product is selling on Amazon for £6.80, so a massive pricing difference. Now we'll have a quick look at the data on the Profitl Browser Extension, so we can see sales of 41 sales a month, 83% return on investment, so a really decent return on investment. 7 other FBA sellers, let's see how much stock they have. So between them they have 39 in stock in total. total, we'd only be interested in the FBA sellers, and this one does only have FBA sellers on, so not too bad when you think it's selling 49 times a month. So these should all sell out fairly quickly. We can also have a look to see how the buy box is being shared out as well. Before buying a product, we'll always have a look at the price graphs to see what the price is doing at the moment. This one doesn't look too bad, to be honest. We'll turn off everything but the buy box price. Has been a little bit higher recently. It has been slightly cheaper, £6.25 there. Really cheap here, but only for a couple of days, so not really anything to be concerned about. We'd have a look at the average price over last year. So the average buy box price, £7.44. We'll shorten this down a bit. So realistically, over the last 90 days, £6.87. We can be pretty confident that this price shouldn't drop too much. Now, we wouldn't be undercutting our competition here. We would simply just be matching the buy box. And if you don't know what the buy box is, let me explain it now. So the buy box is this area just here, and whoever gets the buy box gets all the sales. And typically Amazon give the cheapest seller the buy box. What this can cause is pricing rules, so sellers keep dropping their price. You don't want to get involved in these. You just want to match the buy box price up to a certain point. If sellers keep going lower and lower, just wait for them to sell out. There's no point selling products for a loss. Now on to the next product, and this one is from the original factory shop. So this one is a Barbie product, and we can buy this for £10, so it's half price off at the moment. And on Amazon, we can see this product is selling for £19.71, so not as high profit as the other one. Only a 35% return on investment, £3.46 profit per unit. If you've watched our videos before, you know we aim for 30% as a minimum. If it's less than 30%, typically we will avoid it. But really good sales on this listing, so 932. But something we need to be aware of here is that this is a variation listing. So you'll see this has multiple different variations, and these sales are split between all the different variations. So all we have to do is scroll down on Profitl and click View Variation Sales, and we can see this one is getting 11% of the sales, so about 90 sales a month. So it's not the most popular one, but still 90 sales a month when you think we've only got 2 other FBA sellers on this listing. Now, the big thing on this one is Amazon are on this product. So can you compete with Amazon? Yes, but it is difficult. And what we always want to check is, do Amazon actually share the buy box? So what we do is click load the price graph just here. We'll have a look over the last year. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn off everything. We want to basically see, can we actually win the buy box? So at the moment, Amazon do have the buy box. The way to see if Amazon is sharing the buy box is if you can actually see the buy box line. So here, Amazon have the buy box the whole time. You'll see that the buy box price is mirroring Amazon's price. When it comes down to here, you can see that someone else has been winning the buy box. But realistically, this product, Amazon have been keeping the buy box almost the whole time. So you've got very low chance of winning the buy box unless Amazon sell out. This is one we'd probably avoid, but this is just to show you what you should be looking for when sourcing your deals, and not every deal is going to be good. So on to another product, and we hope this has given you a well-rounded view on how to source your items and where you should be looking. So this next product is from the entertainer or the toy shop, Sonic the Hedgehog toy, which we can buy for £6. Now on Amazon, this is selling for £18.31, so a nice pricing difference here. But the big thing about this one is it's got quite low sales, so it's only selling 11 times a month. Now, very good profit, 108% return on investment, £6.46 profit per unit. Now, realistically, we don't have to be earning this much profit. I would imagine if this price came down a bit, and obviously we had the margins to do this, these sales would pick up quite a lot. The issue at the moment is this is quite a high price, and of course it is selling, the data says it's selling, but people aren't stupid, people do shop around. So if you're too highly priced, this is why you get low sales just like this. 5 FBA sellers on this listing. Let's have a look to see what the pricing's been doing on the price graphs. So an interesting one on this one is that we can actually see this is a very high price at the moment. So we'll come down here and we'll have a look at the average price over last year, £17.70, 90 days. So over last year, the average price has been 70 cents. So not too bad, but we can see down here, it did spend quite a period around sort of £15, so put it at £15. It is actually still quite profitable, but it's just something to bear in mind. There is a really high chance this price is going to drive down, which, as he says, isn't such a bad thing because the sales should pick up. You can actually see how that correlates with the price graph here. So looking at the sales rank line here, you'll see it's quite sluggish at the moment. Typically these drops indicate sales, whereas when the price was lower, it was selling a lot more consistently. So there's definitely opportunity on this deal. And we just want to show you one more product just so you get a really well-rounded view on how you can actually find deals and how to start your Amazon business, because finding deals is the hardest bit to doing. So we hope you do take value from all these potential deals. Now, we're not saying buy any of these deals, it is purely just to give you some inspiration on what you should be looking for. But this product we've got next is this Pan 10 conditioner. So we can buy this for £4. This is a discounted item on Boots. On Amazon it sells for £8.57. So you'll see there's been a bit of a pattern that realistically, as a minimum, we want the price on Amazon to be double what we can buy it for. This allows us to make a profit after our fees. So this one's selling 78 times a month, so decent sales, 55% return on investment, £2.18 profit per unit. 4 FBA sellers on this listing. Let's have a look, see how much stock they have. Not too much stock, 39 in total. Bear in mind Amazon on this listing, but someone else has the buy box at the moment, so that is a good sign. So let's have a look, see if we can compete against Amazon on this one. And yet we can see that Amazon is being beaten on the buy box on this one, so that's really interesting. So the Amazon line is this orange one just here, and look, the buy box line has almost been another seller, not back then, but for quite some time someone else has been winning the buy box. So items like this, you can compete against Amazon. As long as you can see on the price graph, you can compete against Amazon. Absolutely no reason not to. Now, if you're a brand new seller, you may want to avoid ones like this when you're first starting, because competing against Amazon always does add another element of risk. But if you can see on the price graph, you can compete with them, then there's no reason not to go for it. So that's how you actually find some deals to sell on Amazon. A lot of these deals you're going to be gated in, and next up we're going to be talking about getting ungated. But before we get into that, we did just want to let you know about an exclusive discount code for our YouTube viewers. If you don't know what we are, we're an Amazon FBA software. We have a deal analyzer, we have a deal finding platform to help you find arbitrage deals. We list arbitrage deals in a list. We also have a wholesale scanner and the most amazing Discord community. We'll make the discount code pop up just here. That's going to save you either 5% on yearly plans. In yearly plans, we already have over 50% off, or 20% on monthly plans. You'll also find it down below in the description, so make sure to take that down. Now, getting ungated is going to be a big thing for your Amazon business, because realistically, when you first start, most products you're going to be gated in. And if you don't know what being gated is, it basically means you need permission from Amazon to sell in that brand or category. And this can put a lot of people off, but it's really not too difficult to get ungated. But the key is you need to see it as an investment in your business when you're getting ungated. So in order to get ungated, you need to provide Amazon a purchase invoice showing you purchased 10 units of that brand, and it has to come from a wholesaler. It can't come from a retailer. So of course, if you're doing arbitrage, this can be an issue because you're buying from a retailer, and this is what I mean when I say you need to look at it as an investment. So what you can do is you can use smaller wholesalers just purely to get ungated. So an example of one of these is Harrison's. So say we wanted to get ungated in, let's have a look, in dental. Say we wanted to get ungated in wisdom products. This is a pack quantity of 10. So actually all we'd have to do is buy one of these for £1.29 or whatever the price is. Once we logged into our account, we'd send in the invoice and we'd be able to get ungated. So this would cost us £1.29 to get ungated. And you could send these products into Amazon. Chances are most of these you're not going to make any profit on, or you could sell them elsewhere on Facebook or eBay. So if you find a really good product, you're going to have to try and get ungated, usually elsewhere. But once you're ungated in it, you can sell it forever. So if you've got a brand which is really, really good and you can find their items, it's worth doing. Now, that's just the basis of getting ungated. If you did want to know the full steps, I'll link another video just up here. We've done a few videos about it in the past. That is getting ungated. Don't let it put you off. It's not as hard as you think. So now you know all about Amazon. You know the types of selling on Amazon, you know how to find products, and you know about getting ungated. Those are the key steps, but you're also probably going to be interested in how can you actually grow your Amazon FBA business. But once you've started arbitrage, you should hopefully get some good traction. You just want to keep reinvesting your profits into new lines. You don't want to be taking profit out of your business. You just want to be invested in new and different product line. Also increase the quantities you're purchasing as well. If you find good products, start buying more of them. And eventually you can then start to branch out into the different types of Amazon FBA. So most people start with arbitrage, they then add in wholesale. So wholesale is probably harder than arbitrage, but it is more lucrative because you're buying much larger quantities. And eventually a lot of people will look into private label as well. And as I say, private label is a bit of a different ball game, much riskier, but it is by far the most lucrative model, and you don't have to worry about competition so much. With arbitrage and wholesale, you're competing against other sellers on the same listing. With private label, you own the listing, so no one's competing against you. Of course, you're going to be competing against other people selling similar products, but it is much easier competition wise as long as you do all your analysis first. So that's how you can get started with Amazon FBA. We hope you've taken value from that video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. Let us know in the comments any other videos you'd like us to make. We thank you so much for watching today's video. That's all for now, and we will see you in the next one.